This is some, at first it's like, this is crazy conspiracies, right? What the hell's going on here? Friends, since I've gotten home, I've been bedridden. This is a guy attending a protest in Canberra, Australia. I started feeling unwell on the Friday afternoon. I used paracetamol to push through on Saturday, but since then I have not been right. My throat is like nothing I've ever experienced. Total agony. The tips of my ears are peeling and burnt. My chest has an infection. My eyes and ears are sore and swollen, but my throat is an incredible hell of sharp pain. I've thrown a full course of antibiotics at it, and nothing has changed. I've been to nearly every rally in 2 years, hugged tens of thousands of people, no worries. But at this event, they used the LRAD, the long-range acoustic device. This is like exotic weaponry here. Fairly new out of the labs. They've had it for some time, but now they're wheeling it out and using it against dissenting voices. In conjunction with aerosols and radiation poisoning, this is so wrong, and the evil of these bastards. These are literally acts of war. I've been in bed now for 3 days. I have a doc appointment by Zoom in an hour. Keep you all posted. Anyone else sick? Listen to this woman here.
Quite a lot of us have been burnt here over the weekend, and I do have sunburn too.
Yep.
But the first day I had a hat and sunscreen on, and my lips just broke out in these blisters. These feel more like chemical burns.
Yep.
And these lips, some of it does not affecting everyone the same. Obviously, all our bodies are different. Yep. So there were people in a first aid tent that were holding their ground because they had sick people there. And they've got the blue shirt police that were fairly friendly.
Yeah.
Under the circumstances, and then you've got these other black ones. Our country's in distress. The fucking show is not as important as our parliament being taken over by foreign corporate entities, and these people are protecting the show instead of us. So I don't know what happened to that woman. These evil men in black got her. She was on her knees peacefully, and they're just yelling and screaming at her. They've got the dog going. I don't know if the dog got her, but one woman, I could have taken her down on my own. Not fucking 10 guys. I don't know, like 6 guys on this woman and a fucking dog threatening her as well. It's just too much for our Australian people, and we're all cooked. We're literally fried. And did I think I'd ever want to talk on a camera looking like this?
Yeah.
People need to see this. Some of the old people, we've tell everyone that you can just to take a photo, so we've got that evidence of this is something not natural. We don't know if they're using weapons against their own people, is what it seems like.
They are.
And just watching that is something to watch it on TV, but to see it
to actually experience something like that.
The protesters, the Australian people who have come to petition their government for help because they're under stress from corporations.
They don't care about you. They want you dead, lady. Sorry to inform you.
Mafia with do against love. They only know how to work against hatred.
All right, it cuts off right there, guys. But Australian Federal Police using sound weapon on Canberra convoy protesters. This is called a long-range acoustic device. We've talked about this. This is what literally happens when they bathe you in frequencies, right? Electromagnetic frequencies, microwaves. It's all kinds of range devices they have now. This used to be like, considered exotic, newly developed technology, maybe, 10 years ago, something like that. They've been working on it for some time. This should be the biggest news story in the country and the subject of criminal inquiry. The photo above was taken in Canberra on Saturday, February 12th, 2022, as ordinary Australians protested outside Parliament House against vaccine mandates. Note the headgear worn by some officers and either the headphones or earmuffs worn by the officer closest to the device. Here it is, right? Evidence that the AFD used LRAD, long-range acoustic devices, against peaceful protesters in Canberra on Saturday. Look at this here.
The police have deployed against mums and dads and children. There are children in this crowd. Come on, guys, film it. Put on the news. Look at the weapons in front of Parliament. They've deployed supersonic weapons. There are kids in this crowd. Same with the mainstream media.
Yeah, but they gotta keep you safe. They gotta keep you healthy and safe. That's what this is about, right?
The mainstream media cowards. Come on, mate.
Now, this was confirmed as well. There was a hearing in Australia, and they were talking about this. And there's yet more, of course, more details to come out. But here is the Senate Legal and Constitutional Affairs Legislation Committee discussing this. Listen to this.
Questions are coming from a constituent. In relation to the convoy to Canberra protest activity at Parliament House just last weekend, pictures of the day appear to show some types of devices at the front of Parliament House in between the entry to Parliament and Parliament lawns where the protest was in fact occurring. Can you confirm whether the AFP had long-range acoustic devices at Parliament House on Saturday?
That would be something that is our police methodology, which we would have to look at some sort of public interest immunity claim, Senator.
Is there any, surely it's in the public interest to know whether or not they were there without delving too much into
I'd have to, if I could take that on notice, I'd have to get advice.
Okay, I'll be happy. I understand. I'll be happy for that. And also, if you could tell us what type they were, please.
Sure.
And can you confirm whether or not they were used at any point?
Sure. That would be something that is our police methodology, which we would have to look at some sort of public interest immunity claim.
Australian police authorities buying up sound weapons. This is back in May 2016, and oh boy, do they like to use them against their own population. That's what it was about all along. Look at this here.
It's unbelievable. It's
at 18,000 and it's actually thrown the fucking meter out.
Yeah.
16, 19.
I've never seen it that high in my life. I've never
ever
seen it that high in my fucking life.
That is getting fucking fried. That is getting microwaved. Look, it's dropped out on peak.
Yeah.
And 20,000.
Yeah.
So what's that? 20 times the legal amount of EMF reading.
Yeah. It's more than I've ever seen in my life, mate. Ever. I've never seen more than that.
Yep, there you go. Good stuff. Huh? So this is why I said, as I said earlier, I think they think they have this in the bag. That's why they're increasingly step over their boundaries. They increasingly just don't care anymore. They think, of course, the people that they already have and manipulated and the people that always will obey and submit, they're not too worried about them. They can just literally tell them whatsoever. I mean, if they would introduce an anal swab tomorrow, they'd all go line up. They'll all do it. 5 booster shots a year, no problem. Whatever you could literally convince them to do anything at this point, and they would do it. Actually, you don't have to convince them. You just tell them what to do, and they would do it. But the other segment, the more troublesome part of the population, they don't care. They don't even care if we know that they know. They know that we know that they know, and they just continue. They continue to lie. They continue to make it up. And then when you go and protest, well, they whip out exotic weaponry and they microwave or bathe you in acoustic frequencies, right? There's devices that can cause you to throw up and like all kinds of weird shit that they're using. And again, these system enforcers, it's just unbelievable that they're just lining up and doing this, right? They're just lining up and obeying and following orders and doing what they're told. I haven't listened to this yet. Another eyewitness has testified that he was experiencing symptoms consistent with those caused by an LRAD on the day of the protest. Let's check this one out.
G'day everyone. Just letting a lot of people know that the Australian Federal Police are now under investigation for using that LRAD machine. On G'day Saturday, everyone. Cutting all our videos and stuffing all our phone interruptions and everything going on. I had massive headaches on the Saturday morning before the march, and I'm just starting to think and wonder if they were using that fucking machine anywhere around near the camps. Did anyone else have headaches Saturday morning before the march? If so, let me know. I'm going to go see a lawyer. Now we have proof that they were using it. They've admitted using it on the Saturday at the protest. They're actually under investigation at the moment. I've got the video down on my post. Go and have a look.
All right. So you get the idea. So some testimony is coming out, how people are feeling about it. Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised at all. This will just, they will whip out anything they have in their arsenal, any kind of experimental shit. And if you think this is bad, this is they are not going to be able to keep the lid on this. And the more they violate the more they turn weaponry against their own population like this, I believe ultimately the more and more people will wake up and turn against their governments, and becomes very obvious and clear to them what these people want, where they stand.
Do you love Red Ice? Want more? Get access to exclusive material by signing up for a Red Ice membership. You'll be able to watch Weekend Warrior, our flagship show, the second hour of interviews, and other special feature videos only for subscribers. Were you a member and we lost you along the way? Renew! We love and appreciate you guys and gals and cannot do this without you. Help us be a sane voice, a lighthouse in the sea of insanity. As times get tougher, as people are searching for answers, they're going to need content like Red Ice. A little of all your support can go a long way. Thank you.